Good afternoon, everyone. It's Ranger and Leslie. It's raining. I'm all wet, but it's really refreshing. Going on a hike with my trusty, faithful companion, Ranger. Ranger, say hi to everybody. Are you getting your vegetable treat? I always take my hiking stick with me. Light, firm wood. I can crack it against a big tree or help ford a little stream. That's why one of my nicknames used to be Trailblazer. I've made paths up and down the East Coast, including deep fire pits with stone-laden bottoms, and you can get a fire going without having to worry about wind interference. With my trusty stick and trusty dogs by my side. And now we've come to one of Ranger's favorite spots. Nice lie-down spot, good fresh water. Ranger is a Muticus lovicus. We're a mutual adoption. Ranger's about 10 years old now. He's been my companion for most of his life. I gave him a new hip when he was 2. It's given way a little bit, so he can no longer swim, but he's still game and is very frisky for a 10-year-old dog. There's nothing more satisfying than a walk through the woods to get us away from the mundane and serious aspects of life. One has to smell the roses once in a while in order to regain and maintain our humanity. Ranger, go ahead. Ranger understands quite a few English words, American English. Ranger, we're going this way, honey. Recall. Oh, there you are. You're all wet. Range, let's go down this way, honey. And Dr. Livingston, I presume? Ranger, come on, honey. Plenty of more things to sniff wherever you are. There you are. Yes, look at that smile on his face. And this is one of the several spots. Ranger knows what the word spot means. He was a good bed and breakfast dog and got better write-ups in our guest book than I did. I'm jealous of my own dog. And rightfully so. He's a better sentient than I could ever hope to be. My eyes are tearing from the rain. And I don't have any makeup, not even eyeshadow on today, and wonder whether this is some acid rain we're getting. Who knows? Ranger has his Queen Anne's lace flower. But we shall press on. Hopefully not falling into the water. I should have brought my cap with me, my visor hat, but it's not sunny, so I left it in the car. It could have been useful with the rain that just began literally after we got out of the car. Of course, but we won't melt. Hike on, Ranger. Keep going, go. Good boy. Good boy. My intrepid dog. My loyal companion. Ranger, here's a spot. Do you want to go down? It's hard to believe that we're within hours of New York City on one side and Boston on the other, and are able to find spots like this where seldom one sees another person. I mean, clearly because it's raining, not many are coming here. This is actually a spot that I'll go down. It leads to more of a broad beach, and I do need my hiking stick to help get some momentum to get up this steep incline. I had another dog, Foxy, who used to go across to the other side. I could give him instructions saying to go to the other side or this side. It's quite nice to have a dog who responds to human language. Ranger had a dictionary available at my bed and breakfast guest request. It had 200 words listed. Ranger can be spoken to as though he's a 3.5 or 4-year-old, but like a 3.5 or 4-year-old, he might only listen for about 30 seconds. I hope I didn't just cut my head. Any scratch marks here? No blood. I can't see the branches. My eyes are so... Oh. Okay. Okay, let's go down here. Hopefully I won't drop the camera. Or me. I am 70. And don't move quite as quickly as I did when once an agile athlete. Go ahead, Ranger. Now you have to wait. Ice could be slippery. Remember when we were children and we'd go into the swimming pool and our parents would say, "Come on out, it's time to get out." And we'd say, "5 more minutes, please," while our teeth were chattering, blue lips. All wonderful memories. Hopefully most of us have. And it's sad for those who don't, or didn't get hugs as children, or who didn't get positive affirmations from their parents and came back to drugged or drunken parents who gave them no attention. But those who overcame that as adults should be receiving great commendations. It shows how much internal fortitude every one of us has if we can only draw upon it. But being given a strong foundation from those who give us unconditional love is something money can never buy. I get emotional when I talk about things like that. Mirror, mirror on the wall. I'm no beauty, after all, anymore. That's okay. Beauty is fleeting, for some, dumb is forever. But it's up to us, as constitutional advocates, to teach and to enlighten the nuances of the Constitution for the sake of our progeny, regardless of one's hue, so that all can be given blind justice equally under the law. That's what we strive for in our constitutional experiment. It's ongoing. It was obviously not perfect from the beginning, but there are reasons for that. Perhaps I'll make a video on that one day. Ranger, this is a good spot to jump in. Ranger just gained an extra 3 pounds with that water weight. I'm sure he'll smell lovely for the rest of the day if I don't towel him down. Oh, my eye. At least it's not stinging now. I wonder if there's wild game here. Should not leave trash. I often carry a separate bag with me for the trash. It's nothing worse, or a lot of things worse, but I don't like when I go into deep woods and you start running across bottles and things. Or people who are speaking loudly while walking through the woods, scaring wildlife away, and just interfering with the tranquility of the moment. I was on top of a high mountain a couple of years back where turkey vultures rest and fly off the cliffs to catch good air streams. So I was telling the people who were chatting away on their cell phones that they better be careful because there's something in the frequency of the cell phones that attracts the vultures, and some have been known to swoop down upon those people. So they quickly put them away. I got my tranquility that day. We used to take inner city kids on day trips into the mountains. And it's amazing how these tough kids, out of their own environment, where some think that meat and vegetables come automatically packaged in cryovacs, that they were afraid of every single sound and twig and what was perceived as a rattlesnake. And some got the heebie-jeebies when we showed them the tip of a rattler that was left by one of our woodland friends. They'd much rather escape from us than attack us. It's a defensive attack when it's near a human. They're following instincts. It's their territory, not ours. We're encroaching upon them, not the other way around. It's the same when neighbors in their own personal community garden end up wanting to set traps or shooting raccoons. They can set up their own fencing if they want. And they have the money to buy their vegetables. Let them share some. I used to keep a separate section outside of my fence for the deer and raccoons and others to share. And that way I got to sit in a nice comfortable seat and watch them come at dusk. Life is compromise. That's why good auditors will try to communicate with Leos, with law enforcement. Because as we know, only they can make themselves look bad. Video doesn't lie. Whether some auditors are trying to entrap them or not, or egg them on, that's still the responsibility of the Leo who should not be editorializing to make themselves look foolish with their assumptions. Purpose of the press is to make public officials uncomfortable. Alright, it looks as though we've come to the end of the line, or perhaps not. I'll follow my fearless dog into the thickest of jungles. Now's the time I'm supposed to add the jungle sounds to the video. Ranger found another great spot. Oh boy, oh boy. What a great spot, Ranger. A good lie-down spot in the water. Oh yeah. Somebody's going to be a happy dog and sleep well tonight. Here's an overview of what I cannot see. Look at those pretty yellow flowers. Ranger, are you ready to go back, sweetheart? Come. Go ahead. Onward, McDuff. Or McDog. I tuck my shoelaces in so they don't catch. I double knot them and then tuck them in so there's less likely to catch upon something and have me stumble, as I don't physically recuperate injuries as fast as I used to. So preventive medicine, or as my father used to say, who was a medical malpractice attorney, prophylaxis over therapeutics, prevention over cure. Is this the right way, Ranger? No, let's go the other way. Right. Okay, honey. Good boy. Keep going. Thank you all for joining me. I hope this was somewhat relaxing for you, as it is for me. Cathartic. Cleansing of the soul. Bringing us back to our historical roots. For the several millions of years that hominins have been around, walking upright on this planet. For those of you who believe in a link of our common cousins. And if not, then theology and science can go hand in hand, as we don't know the answers to everything. But we do like to fill in the gaps, whether our suppositions are correct or not, because it's hard for humans to move on in our thought process, to get to the next step, if we can't feel comfortable with figuring out the last one that was a mystery. So sometimes we just have to make up answers to satisfy that comfort level. Just how it is. I didn't make the biological rules. Okay, let's move along. Pick up our pace. Yeehaw! And away we go. Go ahead, Range. And the crows or ravens are alerting everyone. There are humans and dogs about. Beware. They're encroaching on our territory. Smart crows. Brilliant crows, really. Good boy, Ranger. And now the big obstacle course. Oh yeah. Pretty flowers again. Listen to the birds. Come on, birds, it's your cue. The call of nature. This is what life's all about, kids. There's some Queen Anne's lace, often worn at Renaissance fairs. If you haven't ever been to a Renaissance fair, if they're ever open again, they're fun places to go. Historical. And you can play the part and dress up as the right roles. The local vendors appreciate that, and it's more fun that way, especially if you dress your kids up. Leave your watches and electronic equipment back in the car. Unless you want to snap a few photos, but do it discreetly. And remember, it is private property when you go on a Ren Fair. So they can set their own rules and regulations. It's not public property there. But do check out what's available in your local areas. Great, great fun. You can see jousters and the king and queen. We usually go as well-to-do peasants on a quest. Alright, Range. Range, would you like a snack? Yeah, that gets his attention. Alright, Ranger, say goodbye to everyone, all these lovely folks, and freedom lovers. Have a wonderful day, patriots. Tell everyone you know about the First Amendment movement and cop watchers. It's critical. And pick up your cameras and record the police and public officials whenever you can. And be patient and cordial. But speak your 1A mind when you find it appropriate. But beware of wildings. Like wild dogs that can go from 0 to 60 in moments. Use your common sense. Better to have a retreat than to get locked up. We want you there to fight another day. If you do get arrested, make certain that it's for a good cause. And when you do your auditing, do so as though you're doing it before a judge and jury. Because they'll be looking at your tenor, at your manners. Because they are human, not just jurors and judges. And we don't want to set back the clock of liberty with negative court precedents that only ends up limiting it through our best intentions. I think you all get what I'm saying. Be well, all. See you later. Bye. Hugs. End stream.